happening, y'all? I'm gonna plug in some power here. My phone died on me on the way home. Shit. Get it plugged in. There we go. Alright, another day in the books. What's happening, folks? Yeah, so why is my truck running so rough? Hello, viewer. What's happening? It's Tuesday. No, wait a minute. Is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Wow. Halfway through the week already. Well, actually, I got one more day, and then I'm off for the 4th of July. Yeah. So, wow. I don't know, y'all. I'm kind of lost for words today. I don't know. Guess I ran across one. Hey, Ashley, how you doing, baby? See you joined. That's good. It's good to see you in there. I'm a little perturbed today. Had I don't know, kind of a bad experience today. I don't know how much I want to get into it. I might. Been busy. Yeah, I bet you have. I've been busy too. I hadn't been on in a week. Well, I was on Monday. I did a video on Monday. And, you know, it was going pretty good. But, I don't know. I got 6 people on here already. That's pretty cool. Yeah, what the fuck, right? Really? Yeah, so I had a bad experience today. I don't know how much I want to talk about it. You know, it's amazing that this goes right back to that whole, you know, people pushing a button and pushing you right out of our life type deal. I'll never understand that. You know, what the fuck is wrong with people? You know, are relationships and, you know, newfound friendships, are they so delicate that, you know, if you don't like the way things are going or whatever, you can just push a button and push somebody out of your life? Like, what's that really about? You know, I don't understand it. Oh shit, I'm about to put on my other glasses. I can't read. I see you down there commenting. Hold on a minute, and let me put my other glasses on, and I'll give you a shout out, because I give shout outs to people regardless of whether they want it or not. Let me see who this is down here on the bottom. Bangla Education. Hello. I don't know what that is. Bill of Rights. Hello, sir. How are you? Mr. Bill of Rights. It's good to see we have some constitutionalists in here. That's something you don't see a lot in today's society for some reason. No, and you don't understand why they always want to comment on mistakes you've made and won't move past it, right? Yeah, well, I don't know if this is more about mistakes that I've made. I was falsely accused of something today. I don't know how much of this I want to get into, because I got an audience to, you know, sisters, yeah, okay, for you, maybe. No, this doesn't have anything to do with your sister. I don't know, there was this chick that came on the other day on my live feed at the very end, and was talking about, like, you know, how gorgeous I was and all this other stuff, right? So, and I made it clear to her from the get-go that, you know, I was with somebody, you know, and it was unfortunate for her that I was taken. But I guess I made the mistake of looking her up on Facebook, trying to have a conversation with her. And like, I don't know, are like all the pretty women are out there, are they all psychos? I mean, like, you know, do they think that the world revolves around their ass or something, or what? I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Fucking women, they get their heart broke by somebody. Not me, of course, but somebody. Then you try to have a conversation with them, or, you know, start a friendship, and they fucking wig out on you. I don't understand that shit. You know, it's really weird how it happens. And I'm not going to say her name, but if she's watching, I'm sure they're all psychos. Yes, Ashley, they are, all of them. Well, not you, of course. I mean, I guess you have your crazy moments, but it's like all the ones that, you know, have had their heart torn apart or whatever, they just can't forgive everybody else, or they think everybody else is out to rip their heart out of their chest. I don't know, you know. But anyway, so I was giving this person advice at first, you know, on how to get a piece for their Oculus so that, you know, all the weight wouldn't be on their face, and she was okay with that. And then, I don't know, I'd gone and commented on some of her photos and stuff like that, and she seemed to be okay with that. But like today, everything changed. It's really weird. I took a photo of her. She has a motorcycle, and I thought that was pretty cool, you know, so I sent her a picture and told her, you know, that was a good picture of her. And then I sent a picture of my motorcycle, and I just, you know, I told her I didn't ride much anymore. That I had an incident about a year and a half ago. Somebody pulled out in front of me, pulled in my lane. I ended up having to lay my bike down. And, you know, that I didn't ride anymore. Plus, you know, it's really lonely to ride all by yourself. And I don't know what she thought I was saying, but she just went off the fucking deep end talking about how, you know, she had feelings for me and she couldn't talk to me anymore because it wasn't right for a woman that I've been with for 15 years or something like that. And, I mean, isn't it okay if you're in a relationship, isn't it okay to, you know, talk to other people, women? I mean, I got friends that are women since, you know, like high school, and I still talk to them today, and it's completely platonic. You know, I don't understand what this chick thinks. Of course, then again, you know, I mean, I'm guessing she had her heart broke by somebody, and, you know, unfortunate enough for her, that's how it goes sometimes. But I'm just really perturbed by that for some reason. It's not like I have any kind of an attachment or anything. I just don't understand how somebody can. It's crazy to me. You know, I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get. Every cooking has a crazy moment. So yeah, it's a curse. I know, baby. That's a family issue, I guess, with the cooks. Anyway, women in the cook family, Ashley, it's all the cooks. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so, and then, like, I was wanting to respond to what she said. You know, I understand kind of where she's coming from, you know, about, you know, I don't understand how somebody can develop feelings for somebody like immediately. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. You know, she like got all excited and shit. You know, I looked her up on Facebook and she was like, "Oh yeah, gorgeous man. You know, you got a hold of me and blah blah blah." And I'm like, what? You know, And then I go to talk to her, and then she doesn't want to talk. I'm like, okay, you know, because I guess she thinks that, like, I want to keep her on reserve or something. I don't know. I certainly don't want anybody waiting in the background for me. Which, you know, I mean, well, I just don't get it. Anyway. Other than that, it's been a pretty nice day. Not really busy at work. I got stuff to do, but it's just basically stuff to milk out for the whole day, you know. Because you do that, you know, when we don't really have anything on the schedule for this week. And we're trying to work some of the projects ahead a little bit. Of course, I'm only working 8 hours a day right now because, well, I can't fucking like take company time, you know, for the time that I don't have to be there. I mean, I'll do my 8 hours and go home, you know, but I'm not going to stay any longer than 8 hours if I've got nothing to do. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any, it's not logical for me to, you know, plus I don't want to be what they call stealing time from my employer. So it's just best that I, you know, like if on days like this that I just work 8 hours and then go home. You know, 6 to 2:30 is already a long day because I'm getting up so early. You know, but 6 to 3:30, that's not so bad. But man, when you talk about 6 to 4:30, that's a long haul. I mean, I've done it. I did it between September and March. September 24 and March of this year, I worked like 56 hours a week. And it really started taking its toll on me. I'm glad I got to go on this vacation last week. That really helped. The problem is, on my vacation, I drove like, I don't know, it was like 2,584 miles or something like that. And I ended up the time, well, I was talking about it yesterday, I ended up all the time, it was like 38 hours I spent in the car while I was on my vacation. You know, on vacation you're supposed to go relax, but you know, it's too expensive to fly anywhere these days. Or at least it is for me anyway. You know, I don't know how people afford that shit, to be honest with you. I guess they got credit cards that can do that, but I'm already in enough debt as is, so I don't need to go in more debt for sure. But I guess it could be worse. You know, I could have not taken a vacation at all. But, you know, what good would that have done me? I wouldn't have had any time to relax. And I did relax a little bit. You know, I went to, just a recap for anybody that doesn't know and didn't watch my show the other day, or my live feed. I went to stay in Augustine, Florida, and visited with a friend down there for a couple of days. And then from there, I went to Wilmington, North Carolina. Went to Curie Beach and Carolina Beach. And then from there, I went to Cornettsville or something like that, Kentucky. That was a pretty nice place. It's up in the mountains. It's nice to, you know, that fresh mountain air is so good for you, and it makes you remember how small we really are. Look, I got everybody dropped out at once. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, I guess people don't want to hear me talk about the mountains. And it's probably just because I'm recapping from yesterday. Some of these people probably watched me yesterday. Wait, what? No, she needs to back off you with D and makes you happy. Sorry for your relationship. You're taking, she needs to back off. Well, she did back off, Ashley. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, it was just the way that it happened. You know, and telling me that even having a conversation with somebody is cheating. I don't see it that way. And then the last thing she said was something about I hate cheaters or something like that. I just think the girl had her heart broke by somebody that was really close to her, and that's probably why she reacted the way she did. But you know, like I said, don't know why, but I'm bothered by it. You know, just the attitude of people these days. You know what I mean? It's fucking, these people are fucking crazy or something now. I don't know, maybe they're putting something in the water that makes people loopy or whatever. I didn't do anything wrong, you know. I just tried to carry on a conversation. She wasn't having it, so whatever. Listen, y'all, I know I just had like 7 people come in. I'm gonna jump out and grab some fuel real quick. I gotta fill up my truck here, get some fuel. So you guys give me 5 minutes, because I don't have an electric car. It ain't gonna take me 15-20 minutes to fucking charge up. I'm gonna go pump myself some gas. I'll be right back. You guys hang in there, and I'll finish my what the fuck moment or something, whatever. Stand by. Folks, here we are, back to saddle. I still got 4 viewers. Isn't that cool? Well, 3 now. Somebody took off. That's all right. What's happening, y'all? I'm back. I'm almost like the Ace Frehley song, you know, back in the New York groove. Only I'm in Missouri. That was a song. I'd like to be back in the Carolinas, and I was there just a couple of days ago. Well, what? Not just a couple of days ago. Early in the week, I was in North Carolina, enjoying the wind off the ocean and stuff like that. It was a nice vacation. I got to see some things I hadn't seen before, and revisit some things that I had seen before. Got to reset my tripometer here. wrong button. Damn it. I always get these buttons confused in this thing. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Odometer. Tripometer. There we go. Alright, now I push the little arrow over here. And that resets it. Alright, I'm back at 0 miles. So, anybody got any plans for the 4th? Ashley, what are you doing for the 4th? You and Tommy going to shoot off fireworks down there in Rock Hill, or what? You are still in Rock Hill, right? You're not in Fort Mill or back in Charlotte or anything like that? I'm thinking about just taking it easy all weekend. I'm fucking stressed today, especially today. Stress will wear you out. Sure will. Make you think twice about, you know, the things that we endure every day, whether it's the political scope, the religious scope, relationships, friendships, family ships, you know, just it all ties together. You know, my old calculator, my brain ain't working too well much anymore. You know, when I try to think about things, it logically, a lot of times I go, well, wait, what? So, yeah. Anyway. And I must not be talking about anything interesting today, because people sure as hell ain't looking. What's up, viewer? New viewer coming in late. You know, I start this thing at 2:30. Well, a little after 2:30. Not sure who's listening. You know, I never know until people put their names in. You know, like, that's what bugs me about this whole deal. You know, like, because when I'm on my VR machine, on virtual reality, you know, and I've got friends that are on there too, that, you know, they come and go, and I can see, like, it'll tell me their name, you know, like when they come into the same world I'm in. And it would be nice to have a feature like that here on YouTube, so that I don't have to rely on people to, you know, tell me who they are. Hello, Hot Rod. Why ain't you at the Diddy trial? Well, I don't know. Because I don't have any business at the Diddy trial, and I don't really give a shit about Diddy. You know, I can care less about that whole thing. He's just another rich fucking celebrity that's going to get away with murder. I mean, he didn't murder anybody that I know of, but that's basically what it... This just goes to show you, like the same thing with the O.J. Simpson trial. You know, if you're a criminal and you're famous, you get away with a lot more than you would if you were just a regular, normal human being like me or you. You know, I think, what they get him for, like, sex trafficking or something? I don't know. I don't give a shit anyway. All the YouTubers are there. Well, I'm not. I'm what you call the working class there, Hot Rod. I have a job, and I don't do this YouTube stuff because I get paid for it, because I don't get paid to do this. I do this in my spare time, you know, because it's just a way for me to relieve that stress I was talking about a few minutes ago. I can get on here and just run my mouth, and you know, those who want to listen will listen, and those who don't, they can mosey on along. It doesn't matter. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking. You know, I just do my thing, man. You know, I don't really care. I don't care to get tied up in politics. I don't care to get tied up in religion, because there's a lot of people out there that are discussing those things. I don't want to be like every single person on YouTube right now, you know, who's talking about, and they're talking about Israel, and they're talking about, you know, the corruption in the government. They're talking about Diddy, and they're talking about the kid that killed all those people. Where was it, like Idaho or something like that? You know, if people want to hear that stuff, there's plenty of people out there talking about it. I don't need to talk about it too. It's a waste of breath, a waste of energy, and a waste of time, as far as I'm concerned. You know, it's crazy that, you know, we even have to talk about things like that now. But in today's society, you know, a lot of people have their faces glued to the TV, and that's, you know, they call it television program. You're not there to learn, you know, math, science, to believe whatever it is that the government wants you to learn, basically. Hi, Mom. Brian Coburg. I don't know. Oh, that's the guy that shot all those people up there. Yeah, see, that shows you how much I know. I haven't been keeping up with it. I used to watch a guy every day named Mike the Patriot. It's like I said, it's about, you know, okay. To keep me on this time? Jeez. What the fuck? Really? Yeah, I got my turn signal on too. Nobody told me my turn signal was on. So I have to hear a ding, ding, ding to let me know. It says I got one viewer. Who is my viewer out there? Can you put your name down or comment or something? Let me know who you are. Anyway. Yeah, you keep saying the same thing over and over. I'm going to. Yeah. So that's why I don't listen to those news programs and stuff anymore. You know, it's just the same old madness all the time. You know, I'm better off not watching it, you know, or listening to it. Hey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's happening? Good to see you in there. Happy Wednesday. Yes, hump day. Yeah, hump day. I got one more day left, so I guess I'm over the hump. Tuesday was the hump for me this week, maybe. I guess. I don't know. Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning. That's the hump for me this week. Yeah. Something like that. So, in case you guys aren't aware, Margaret Ellison there, that's my mom. And if you notice the last name, well, yeah, she stops in and sees me sometimes. I try to keep her entertained as well. So yesterday we were messing with with one of those pole saws, you know, like they have the chainsaw thing on the top. And I don't know. The thing is, all the threads are gone out of the middle, and bolt kept coming out on her. I guess she's gonna have to get a new one, maybe. Anyway. Alright, so here's my plug for the day. Let's see, what am I drinking today? This is so they don't sponsor me anything, but I give people plugs. So this is Venom drink. I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen this stuff here. It's I don't even know Kansas shit, to be honest with you, but it's got artificial flavors. Black cherry is my favorite flavor of it. And idiot on a motorcycle. What a dumbass. Just, you know, go in between cars, you know, and hope that somebody doesn't open their door on you there, buddy. And anyway, I guess this live feed's going to be kind of a wash today, folks. You know? It's really weird. I don't know, it's like the atmosphere's changed or something. I don't know. Jeez. Ashley, are you still there? Ashley's my moderator and my daughter. And then my Texas Pride. I hear Texas Pride. I guess they're a roofing company or something. There's a bunch of Mexicans in that truck. Anyway. So Ashley's my moderator and my daughter. And I got my mom on here. talking to us as well a little bit. I don't know who else is on here. I got 2 viewers right now. I'm up to 3 likes. That's pretty good. So I don't know if you guys know how you can hit the screen twice. That'll like my feed, or you can look up top. There should be a little white button up there somewhere that says subscribe. Feel free to do that. I'm offline again, I guess. I got zero people watching me. Yeah. I must not be too exciting today. I usually have some pretty good stuff to talk about, but not today. You know, I talked about my vacation Monday. My vacation was really cool. So if you guys if you missed the video from Monday, you need to go watch it. Except for maybe like the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that. Go ahead and watch it. It'll be entertaining. They're all entertaining, you know. This is what I do. I sit, I drive, and I run my mouth. Yay. And I make myself thirsty in the process. You know, when I was younger, I kind of had a gift for gab. I used to do phone solicitations for a company. So I had a script that I did, but I kind of reworked the script in my head. Believe it or not, I could remember the whole thing. And now I can't even remember lyrics to songs that I've been singing for years. Go figure. I don't know if it's just because I don't exercise my brain, so what? I don't know. We need to look at my back door light. What's wrong with your light, Mom? Is your bulbs gone bad? Is that the back door light by the bedroom or the back door light by the back stairs? Or by the garage? Did we just look at one of those recently? Oh, that was the outlets I was looking at. Okay. Or did we look at the light too? I don't remember. See, I can't even remember. Rabbit who? Read it. Bedroom, okay. Read it what? Whip it up. Whip what up? Benny Chloros. I don't know how to. I'm driving, dude. I can't really say that. I don't know. I'm trying to read it here, but my phone's moving. I'm driving, so I can't pay attention to 2 things at one time here. Whip it up. It reminds me of a Devo song. Whip it good. Do the straight. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good. Okay, there's your singing for the day. I'm a terrible singer. I used to have a nice voice until I had kids, and then they ruined it for me because I had to yell at them all the time. Oh, I should have been a comedian. So I've been listening to this. Speaking of comedians, I've been listening to this chick named Sue. Well, that's not her name, but that's her persona. And I ran across her. I guess it was yesterday or day before, maybe. At lunch, you know, I do a lot of like surfing and shit. Make the sound with the car. Oh. Benny Ciaros. Benny, please. What car? I'm not in a car. I'm in an SUV. It's a Chevy SUV. I don't have those sounds. It's a straight 6-cylinder motor. I don't have those sounds. Are you talking about a fart can? I don't have a fart can on my car. I'm sorry. Or my SUV. I'm sorry. Those things sound ridiculous. I don't want my truck sounding like it's farting. You know what I mean? You guys and you know what's really funny is that you guys don't realize when you put those fart cans on your car and you're out on the interstate and then you like gun it to go past somebody, you know, it makes that fart can louder, and then the cops think you're freaking speeding, even though you may not be. because they're attracted to noise, you know, kind of like mosquitoes. Well, not mosquitoes, because mosquitoes are out to suck blood, but I guess if a cop's writing you a ticket, he's sucking the blood out of you or something, right? Yeah. But no, I don't, I'm sorry, you know, I don't, let's see, what the hell's going on with this thing? I got one of these holder things on my phone, and it's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyway, where was I at? I forgot. Never mind. Oh, we were talking about fart cans. So my better half has a son. He's 21. He's got a little Toyota something or other, and he thinks it's cool. So he put one of them fart cans on it, on the exhaust, and I guess he went to pass somebody or something, and his fart can got really loud. He got pulled over, got a ticket for speeding, or maybe it was in a residential area. I don't remember what the story was, because I don't really pay that much attention, you know, to what goes on with him, unless it's the girl in his life. He switches girls like I switch everywhere, but we're not going to talk about that today. But anyway, so he got a ticket because the cop, I'm willing to bet you it's because the cop heard the fart can, and he thought, yeah, we got a racer on our hands, you know. But no, my truck's nice and quiet. I don't, you know, when I was younger, I drove a 1972 Olds Cutlass 442. I don't know how many of you guys and girls are into classic cars, but this thing was badass. So it had a 350 in it with a big 600 Holley carburetor on it, and that was the original motor that came in a car, but it didn't have a lot of miles on it. But it had headers, it had hooker headers on it, and behind the headers was about 3 feet of pipe. And then I had glass packs on there. I don't know if you guys know what glass packs are. I guess they're kind of like the modern day fart cans. Only these things didn't fart, they rumbled or something like that. And but man, the gas fumes are so bad in that car. Like, I could sit at a stoplight and start seeing little green men jumping around on the hood and shit, you know. Because those cars, you know, where I lived before, for cars that old, they didn't have all the emissions, you know, and all that stuff test for that cars that old. It was safety only. But the safety inspections didn't, you know, they didn't depend on the exhaust or anything at all. Yeah. Man, I need to cut my grass. Okay, Mom, so look at your light, but not today. I'll have to do it maybe tomorrow, or I'll come by Friday, or something like that. I'm gonna sit out here and talk for a few more minutes. I'm kind of hoping maybe somebody will drop in here to see what I'm talking about. I got 3 people on right now. So if it's getting weird, it may be because my Wi-Fi is inside. My phone is hooked to my Wi-Fi, and it switches over like immediately when I get home. But I'm sitting in my driveway right now. Anybody else want to comment? Open source, can you please give a shout out to Trump for his recent accomplishments? All right, open source agriculture. Okay, look, I really appreciate the fact that you support that guy Trump and everything, but I mean, I'm all for it, but I don't like to get into politics on my feed. I'm really sorry. You know, it's not that I don't support Trump or whatever, but and I appreciate the things that are going on, but I just would rather not talk about those things. Okay, I'm really sorry. I wish we didn't have so many Chinese that own so many farms in America, but I'm not going to talk about that either. That's for other people to talk about, you know. I try to keep politics and religion off of my feed because Politics and religion have destroyed more civilizations, more relationships, families, friendships, work associates, jobs and stuff like that over the years, and I'm just not interested because there are plenty of other people that are talking about it, and I'd really just rather not go down that path today or anytime, really. Okay, there's to you. So I'm still trying to figure out. I'm back. My friend called me. Okay. Said hi. Who's your friend, Ashley? Which friend called you? Was it that was that chick from, what was it, Waxhaw? Was it that girl from Waxhaw? I can't remember her name. Oh, Harley. What is she doing calling you? I thought you were done with her. See, that's the kind of thing that you and I were talking about. These people aren't very, I understand she's your friend and all, but Syngenta is owned by China Kim. Who is Syngenta? I don't know who that is. Is that something like, what was it, Bayer or Monsanto? Is that basically like the same people? I don't know. If you really want to get down to brass tacks, everything that's in America is owned by BlackRock, Vanguard, and Sachs Corporation. Go look it up. Yes, basically Monsanto. Yeah. Well, Bayer bought out Monsanto a few years ago. We've got one of the, like, their headquarters or something is right around the corner from my house, and I want to say it's Maryland Heights, Missouri. It might be no, it's not St. Charles. It's either Maryland Heights or Creve Coeur is where their headquarters is here in Missouri. I'm not really sure which. Front Street, yeah, Front Street, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how many calls you've gotten about people wanting to buy houses in your area, but it seems like BlackRock's going around and buying up all the properties. I know that I get calls about my house all the time. At least 5 or 6 times a week I get a call. We just wanted to check, see if you're interested in selling your house. No, I'm not interested in selling my house. If I was interested in selling my house, I'd put it on the fucking market. You guys are crazy. Gonna call me, and I don't ask these people to call. I don't know how the hell they get my number. I guess they use public resources or whatever, public domains to get my phone number, or a real estate company. But I didn't think my number was made public as far as my home ownership goes. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not seeing the person that I was hoping would come in today. Five people. I'm going 40. This is pretty long for me. I'm usually off in like 35 minutes. So I'm going about 10 minutes over my limit usually today. I thought I would sit out here in my driveway and just run my mouth a little more. Anybody? Who are my top fans? Let's see who my top fans are. Mom, Hot Rod, Ashley, Masood Mala, Bill of Rights, Daniel 690, Daniel B 690. Okay, well that's cool. Now I know how to do that. In case any of you guys don't know, I don't do this for money. I do this for just my my own entertainment and to entertain others. I don't have enough followers, first of all, to get monetized for this. And it's funny because YouTube is constantly coming on my feed, telling me that I've broken copyrights, on claimed material. Well, I don't see how that is, because like when it's playing on the radio, I don't choose what comes on the radio. I mean, if I've got the radio playing while I'm doing my live feed, you know, I don't choose what I listen to. It just comes on the radio. So, and it's like, I think you're allowed up to like, I don't know, 49 seconds or something like that before you start getting into to copyrights and ownership and all that bullshit that goes along with it. I'm not really sure. But I constantly get these things on, you know, where in certain territories, for some reason, they stop my material. Yo, I'm back. Matthias? Yes, I do kind of remember the name. We'll talk about Harley's situation later on. You're live. I know. Is there that much of a delay? Man, it took you a long time. Yeah, I kind of remember you, Matthias. The French guy, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember you now. Yeah, I remember somebody from France over there. Yeah, right on. How things over there in your neck of the woods? They suck here in the U.S. Yeah. Anyway, I hear the French guy. I hear that France is having a lot of problems over there right now. I don't want to get into that because I know it's political and stuff, and I don't really feel like talking about it. But how are things in your neck of the woods? Y'all making it okay over there? It'd be nice to, you know, finally see everybody get along and sing Kumbaya and all that good shit. You know, the whole world would, I don't know, maybe we ought to just do the Desi Judges Mathematics. You hear me? Desi Jugads Mathematics. I don't hear you, but I see you on my screen. So I just gave you a shout out, right? Because I do that. I give shout outs to people just out of, you know, because it's cool to do that. You know what I mean? And I figured out too that I have on here when I'm doing these dialogues on here and stuff, it gives me the like what do they call it? A script. I don't want to say a script, but I can't think of the word right now because I'm tired this afternoon. But I could go back and look at conversations and read names and stuff like that. Can't hear you, only see your name, sweetheart. That's right, Desi. Maybe scream louder. Maybe if you talk directly into your phone, maybe I can hear you then. No, I'm just bullshitting, man. It's good to see you in there. Glad you stopped in. Yeah. Well, folks, I think I'm going to turn this thing off. I've been going 51 minutes already. Wow, what a trip. I don't think I've ever been on here 51. Well, yeah, I have. I've been on here 51 minutes. Okay, I fibbed. I didn't mean to. But I generally run out of things to talk about, you know, pretty quick. Unless, love you, have a good rest of your day. Aw, I love you too, Ashley. She took her message off. I don't know what she wrote. Anyway. I was kind of hoping to see somebody in particular on my live feed. Okay, one more time. Here we go. Venom. That's what I'm drinking today. It's an energy drink. It's kind of like Mountain Dew Kickstart, but it's a little bit more bitter. I don't like these as much. Hey, Ashley, don't go anywhere yet. Are you still there? There you go. Right on. So I put $39 worth of gas in my truck. Man, gas is expensive. But at least I don't have one of those electric cars. You know, I had to wait a half hour for it to even get enough energy for me to get home. How about that? Hey, Mom, you're my #1 fan. It says it right there on the screen. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I see it. It has a purple with a crown, and then it has number 1 there. So you're my number 1 fan. Yay, Mom, number 1 fan. Of course, I would expect that anyway, because she loves me more than she does the other 2. Shh, don't tell anybody. That's right. And hopefully they won't find out. Whoop, whoop, that's right. So I think today I'm gonna go surf on virtual reality. I think I'm gonna go to Horizon Worlds today though, because I'm a little perturbed right now with VR chat. You know, the graphics are a lot better on stuff on VR chat, but I'm just a little perturbed with some of the stuff that goes on over there. I'll talk about that another day. Maybe we'll do that Friday. I'm going to do a video Friday, and it's probably going to be a long one. And for you guys still watching, how many people are still actually watching? Because it says I've got 4 viewers up there. We both are. Yeah, I know you 2 are, but I know you want a VR machine, Ashley. Maybe for Christmas, we'll see. Anyway, I got 4 viewers. I don't know who the other 2 are, or what they're, you know, hanging out to do or whatever. But I'd like to know who they are. And that's what I was talking about earlier, you know, is that, we'll talk about it later, Ashley. That's what I was talking about, you know, like when I'm on VR Worlds, and like my friends enter the world that I'm in, it lets me know, hey, look, you know, such and such is here. But it doesn't do that for the YouTube. It kind of drives me nuts. I mean, I know that I'm on here, and it's pretty much, you know, people that are anonymous, you know, out there. Unless they say something, you know, they're anonymous to me. But it would be nice to have more interaction with people. You know what I mean? And then I could call them out by name, you know. But anyway, okay, so I got 2 people. I'm guessing that's Mom and Ashley, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Mom, Ashley, love you both. You guys have a good night. And if anybody else sneaks in and sees this video later, if you can get to the 55-minute mark, which is where we're at right now, 55:23. Look, I got 2 more viewers already. I'm sorry, viewers, but I'm getting ready to go. You guys take it easy. Go back and watch it from the beginning. I don't have a lot to talk about today, but if you can make it 55 minutes, we'll be right back to this point right now. All right. Subscribe up there, comment down there, or hit the like button twice, or the screen will give me a like button. I got 5 likes today. I think that's more than I've ever gotten. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.